And I guess also, like, as you guys continue to build the technology, how do you think about kind of the international market versus the domestic market? And you mentioned kind of the India, endeavor, but one of the things I've become more and more interested in is as people are forced to go inside due to COVID, they spend more time on the internet. And what you actually get is you get a lot more continuity in the content people are consuming, the conversations they're having, right? Like you now, let's say that you used to go and have 10 conversations a day, and 8 of those were in your local community, whether it was at a coffee shop, at the office, whatever it was non-digital, right? And 2 of them were digital. And I'm making up kind of percentages here, right? Or numbers.
Yeah.
But now if all of a sudden 9 out of 10 conversations are done online, like the geographic barriers don't matter as much. And so you actually end up kind of colliding more and spending more time talking to people in other geographies, whether they're domestic or international. And so how do you guys think about marketing the product to international markets versus domestically? And do you see a change there based on this idea of like more people are living in kind of the digital economy than the analog one right now?
Yeah, so there absolutely is a difference between marketing Guardian Circle internationally and domestically. Internationally, it's largely on Android, and making an app for Android is just a giant pain in the ass. You probably heard this a bunch of times, but you get all these different makes and models, all these different screen sizes, all the different handsets are running different versions of Android. You get different carriers. And it is just a madhouse. And so, that was one of the reasons why it took us so long to get the product in shape, because we were dealing with all those problems. And there's also different sensibilities for what people will accept in terms of permissions. So we went through a lot of different versions of the onboarding process, specifically because internationally, a lot of people were not getting their login code because SMS is, not that reliable outside the United States. So we had to, put things in like robocalls and other ways of getting that information. We even got it enabled. We haven't released this yet, but we did get it enabled on. And I always get this wrong. WeChat or I can't remember whatever one of those is the most popular one worldwide. We're on that. But most of those people don't like giving access to their contacts. However, we used to have a version. So when you log into Guardian Circle, we ask for access to your contacts so that we can help you invite them to be guardians. And we used to not do this, and we found that when we didn't do it, people just couldn't. If we didn't hold people by the hand and do everything for them that we could, they never ended up inviting people to be guardians. That was very difficult, even if they got into the system. So we created an in-app contact manager and an in-app invite system, which is now excruciatingly easy and wizard-like. And it took us a long time to get there. But a lot of people internationally just don't like that. They're like, nope, I'm afraid of this for one reason or another. However, we've discovered that Americans are not. Americans are just like, yep, I don't care, fine, whatever. Great. And the Americans are much, I would say, healthier Guardian Circle users. All of them have at least 3 guardians for the most part. And even the ones that that have less than that, they've invited like 5 or 6 people, right? So the behavior is that they are trying to they're trying to generate more users at all times. And they're trying out the alerts, they're doing practice alerts. So they get it. And there are pockets of the world that do get it, but by and large, it's been more difficult to kind of get it out to them. So the latest version, so we just made a version of Guardian Circle because of the international users, which is now the mainstream version, where we actually don't require access to your contacts, but you can't send out invites to people. You can only receive them. But once you are guarded up with someone, you can send alerts to them and they can send alerts to you. So the product is fully functional except for the outbound invite portion of it. So, and to be clear also, the other big thing we ran into was both domestically and internationally, when we didn't do the contact manager and sort of cleanse the contacts, there's a lot of bad data in people's contact manager, just tons of it. And they just don't think about it. So they would send out invites to landlines and then call us and be like, it's not working, your product sucks. And then we figure out, oh, you're sending an SMS message to a landline. That's why, right? But people just, it's not in their nature to sort of, you have to do those things for them. So, and that's true. That's unfortunately true of Americans as well as people internationally. So.